All right, so as we get closer and closer to the summer here, I really continue to have to think about individual time, like me time. I'm a big golfer, love to golf. I got a membership last year, so I went quite often. I took the kids a lot. But with the twins coming, no golf. I love coaching football. Coaching football is a huge passion of mine. I haven't coached football in 8 years. Okay, but there are dads out there who continue to coach and continue to do things for themselves, right? But as you have more kids, obviously you don't get that. Is it important to take time for yourself? Obviously the answer is yes. But how much? And what if it's at the expense of somebody else? For example, if I go golfing for 3 hours, right, and I take 2 or 3 kids with me, well, that leaves my wife with the other 4 or 5, and then she's struggling for 3-4 hours, right? Yeah, but then she could go do something for 3-4 hours, right? You can go back and forth on that. But it never seems like it's enough, you know? It's almost like, yeah, you can go golfing once a week, but I want to go 5 times a week, right? I want to go every other day. Right? If you coach, you can't just coach a little bit. No, like you're all in, right? You got to watch film. You got to do everything, right? Back when I first had my first child, I went and I asked a bunch of coaches that had coached me when I was in high school. And I asked them, did you coach when you had little kids? And for most of them, they gave me an honest answer. The answer was yes. And when I asked them, do you wish that you would have not coached so that you could spend more time with them? And about, 3 out of 4 said yes, they do wish that they didn't coach, that it wasn't really that important looking back. Isn't it hard to have that looking back mentality when you're in the moment, right? It's like, for example, our older child said to our younger child that they had a fat belly. Now that's horrible, right? No little kid should ever have to hear that, right? So instinctually, right, I'm very upset. But you don't want to say something and ridicule while looking back. You're like, I shouldn't have handled it like that, right? So how do you stay in the moment and still handle things the way that they should be handled? Isn't that the hard part as a parent? Isn't that the sweet spot? Man, is that a difficult task. I work with high schoolers and they continue to ask me, what is the hardest thing about being an adult? The hardest thing is that you don't manage yourself. Like managing yourself is like an afterthought, right? Because you're taking care of everybody else and you're trying to do a good job at that, let alone take care of yourself. But you need to take care of yourself in order to take care of them. Right? That's what makes being an adult hard, is how do you take care of yourself and take care of everybody else and do it in a way that you are happy, right? Only by the grace of God. That's all I've got to say. So, I'd like to hear your comments on that. There you go, point your toes. Good job. Yeah, atta girl. Other way, nope, go the other way. No, come over here, honey. There you go. All right, good morning. So the other day we were playing baseball in the yard, right? Now today we have an ice storm. So this ice storm is so bad, people have lost power all over the town. And it's raining. If we take a look here, okay, can we see that? Okay. My car is completely covered in ice, probably about, I don't know, a half an inch thick. Okay. All right, we got birds just desperately trying to get food. All right, so this is weather in Wisconsin, and like I say, I don't know why I live here. Okay. I will tell you, again, it is helps me appreciate the warm weather, but yeah, this is nuts. Just ice everywhere. And then it's supposed to snow 6 inches on top of this. And then in about 4 days, it's supposed to be 70 degrees. Yeah, go figure. Does anybody have more crazy, wacky weather than this? I'd love to hear about it.